Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Outspoken. Today we're going to review the latest episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 9.
Well, I just felt like y'all could have told me something before I came out in this outfit. I had plenty of looks in the closet.
You know what? Next time, I'll go through the rack and make sure that you are
I
set.
feel like I helped you girls out so much. Would it have hurt?
Girl, it's a competition.
Oh, I know. Welcome, bitch.
They finally brought back the mini challenge and they brought back the pit crew, which we've been complaining about. So it's good to see classic RuPaul coming back, definitely, now that it's fewer queens.
Mini challenge was the one where they had to take pictures with the
selfie.
It was cute. I don't know why Alexis won that, but sure. Well, you know.
Because there was a lot of work for those guys to lift her up there. So
Oh my
Oh, Josh, don't say that. You're so mean.
I'm starting it off because this is how I feel about Alexis this episode. So I'm starting it off
How do you feel?
with
How
my
do you
anger.
feel?
Plus, she hasn't had her coffee.
Plus, I haven't had my coffee this morning, so exactly.
No, I thought it was a cute little mini challenge. They could have used some Facetune, but just kidding.
You would have thought Aja would have won that one, right?
So many digs.
No. But it tied in.
The Shea.
Sorry. Oh my God.
What did you think of the mini challenge?
I love the fact that they brought it back. You know what I mean? But I feel like for the first mini challenge, it was kind of lackluster. You know what I mean?
Kind of pointless.
Yeah, you know, but I get the theme. You know, Kardashian,
Right.
selfies, got it. I do miss Miles Davis Moody. I mean, I can't put the picture.
You just want him to
God.
plow you, girl.
Right. They gotta have a revolving door of pit crew members. You gotta keep it young and fresh. That's what sells.
I wish my bedroom was like that.
Yeah.
Well, your back end is a revolving door.
There you go.
I like it in the back end.
So Alexis won the challenge. She had the best selfie, I guess, and chose the teams for the Kardashian Musical, which was the main challenge. What do you guys think of Alexis's picks for the challenge?
Clearly, I think she picked in her favor.
Of
Like,
course.
of course, you gotta have the old broad-shouldered one to be Kris Jenner. Who
Right.
else? Valentina was gorgeous as Kendall, of course. That was obvious to pick her as Kendall.
Yeah.
Pheromone? It was
I mean,
I feel like that pick was appropriate for her, but she just didn't bring it all the way.
Exactly, yeah.
I felt like she could have just acted more a little ditzy,
Right.
you know.
more herself.
The other ones, I kind of feel like that, like Shea Coulee slayed her Black China. I felt like the girls who did all of the Kardashian sisters, they were kind of really bad, in my opinion. The only one who really kind of excelled in that challenge was Alexis Michelle.
I think most of the casting was kind of off. I don't know what Alexis was thinking. I mean, some of them pulled it off anyways, but I didn't think any of the three Kardashians were the main three were cast accurately with those queens. Peppermint being cast as Britney Spears. Granted, she did do a good job
Peppermint.
with the motions, but you know.
Yeah. How do you feel about BoNina being the one to address the fact she's like, I don't like this role, I don't think it's for me?
I mean, I'm happy she actually spoke up and you know said how she feels. Now, you guys feel like maybe it came off as bitchy or ungrateful in a way?
A little bit. It came up a little like, okay, at the end of the day, this is a competition, and you're not gonna always get what you want. So you got to be able to adjust and move forward without bringing the mood down.
Right.
So I can understand why everyone was a little frustrated, because at the same time, we all gotta get in this like, okay, competition mode, and let's get this down, and you're kind of being Debbie Downer.
Right.
Like, get with it. This is a competition, and you're not always gonna get what you want, like I said.
You're not.
And Chloe has some hips too. She's the second one. It's not China. I feel like that was a second good pick for her.
I actually think if Nina wasn't in her head on that, I think she could have slayed the Chloe character if she wanted to. But I think she got in her feels because she knew that Alexis was being very, strategic and calculating when she was, casting the people for the different roles. But I don't know. I just relate to Nina. Like when shit is not going my way, girl, I can't hold it in. I can't. It's very hard. Don't shade me, bitches. I know y'all are fucking making faces over here.
I like the way
it's a Nina BoNina moment.
I like that you said that. I looked at the camera.
No, but really, and I felt like I related to her on that.
Yeah.
And also the fact that Alexis Michelle kind of has been that girl throughout the competition who's just been kind of telling everybody, this is how I feel about you, this is what you should do, yada yada yada. It's irritating. Like
so you're over Alexis.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I was defending her a little bit last week, saying, you know, part of it seems a little bit motherly. This is the first week I'm starting to see, all right, Alexis really is very calculating. I get it's a competition. She won. She fairly gave herself the best role for herself. But it was clear there's a little bit of sabotage going on with some of the other queens.
Right.
Yeah.
Call me blind, but I didn't get that vibe. I felt like she did try her best as far as like who's who. Like, there wasn't a particular one I was like, oh girl, why did you give that to that person? I didn't feel like that about any of them. So I felt like she's still kind of playing like, oh, you're my girl, let me give you this. But at the end of the day, there are a lot of parts. Some of them are going to have to get a part that are out their range, but that's where you got to push yourself.
Right.
You know, be creative.
Right. Which they didn't all do when they were doing the rehearsals. I know Todrick was having some issues with a few of the girls.
Him and Nina.
Nina, they kind of bumped heads a little bit because he was sensing her attitude. I don't know.
Creative differences. I would say creative differences.
Creative differences.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, I mean, I kind of applaud Todrick for kind of like, hey girl, what's going on? Like, you know,
we're
you're in your
acknowledging
bed,
it. Actually,
yeah, exactly. Like, hey, like, this is a competition. You better get out of that because once Ru sees that stained face on you, he's not gonna want you in the competition, girl.
Right.
Like, at the end of the day, you do have to play the part. You do have to snatch it and get it to fucking going.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
He was right to actually correct her on that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, no matter how hard it gets, you gotta pull yourself together for this competition.
Yeah, exactly.
And whatever cards you're dealt, play that hand. You
I
know?
wish Nina would just, you know, snap out of it.
Like, you know, it's not like you, if you were in that position, you do not, sometimes you do not want to hear
girl,
from
I'm the first. That's why I'm Team Nina BoNina on this. So, like,
I get it,
relate
but
to her.
come on,
Yeah.
Nina. We've said this from the beginning. You're your own worst saboteur, and it's all in your head. Once you get over that, there's gonna be no stopping you. But this
Girl,
week,
we get it. We're all the same. I feel like I have my Nina moments too. But at the same time, girl, this is it. This is a big competition. You made it on RuPaul's Drag Race. This isn't the time to be in your head. This is the time to be 100% focused.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little Valentina reference.
yes.
Did you get it?
Eureka actually apologized to Sasha and Valentina. That was kind of a big moment in the workroom. She kind of came to them and apologized for her comments last week. I guess I kind of have to jump on that bandwagon and apologize because we kind of made light of the situation last week too with the eating disorders and everything. I do think she meant it in fun, but I guess it was a serious thing for a few of the ladies on the show. It was nice to see them all open up about it. But
yeah, Shea and all of them coming together and actually talking about, you know, eating disorders, not just only in the drag community, but in the gay community as a whole. Like, you know, we all hold ourselves to a certain, you know, aesthetic.
Yeah. It wasn't a long period, but I definitely had a moment where I was bulimic for about like 6 months.
Fun. The entire time that you were telling me that, I thought you were fucking with me, girl.
No, I know.
serious?
I know it's kind of hard. Like, oh, girl, you. Now that I think about it, it's like, you know, it's kind of silly to think about, but you're in this mindset where you just like feel like, oh, I gotta portray this certain image.
I had no idea of that. So you actually were, you know,
Yeah,
purging?
I would like, you know, eat and then just feel like, okay, I can throw up now. Like, and it was just like, you know, about 6 months before I was like, okay, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, even me, I apologize to Valentina and to Sasha Velour for that, because it is, I just don't think that her intent, that Eureka's intent was
back then,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that wasn't our intent or anyone's intent, but you know, like I said, you do have to be sensitive to issues. One of the best aspects of Drag Race is that they discuss things, having these untucked moments and things. They discuss things that affect our community, like eating disorders in the gay community and Pulse and how it affected them and stuff. We should be a little bit more sensitive. Drag Race is more than just the drama and the fun and the shade. We're gonna bring that too, but we should appreciate their moments and be more sensitive to some of their struggles too.
What did you guys think about the Kardashian-inspired musical?
Well, at first I was like, oh, Kardashians,
Yeah, right.
I don't care. But it was like a tongue-in-cheek thing and it worked really well. It was funny and they made fun of all the characters in the storyline.
Now, I know that we've been pretty harsh on Alexis, but she nailed it as Kris Kardashian.
She did.
She was the only one who nailed it, actually, in the performance, in my opinion. Everybody was just kind of, it was either basic or just terrible.
I thought Peppermint did a good job.
I thought Peppermint did a
You know
pretty
what
good
the
Brittany.
Given the
Circumstances, it
yeah.
was miscast from the beginning, I thought, but she did do the move. She didn't look at all like Brittany, but
yeah, you know, I get there's that typecast and they don't look, but at the same time, I felt like she was very Brittany.
I think so too. Peppermint did good. She as Brittany. Shea Coulee was
Shea Coulee
amazing
did good.
as Black China.
Yeah.
Nina would have killed it it too, so I get why she was a little upset with everything. Because she knows she could have probably owned that role.
Right.
And like you said, Alexis was great.
Alexis killed it. And I knew she would.
Me too.
That much more.
Well, she has that personality, the matriarch who's bossy. So, you know.
Girl, the one who really gets on my nerves, girl, Cynthia Fontaine is not a great lip syncer, girl. And the reason why I say this too is because we had seen her perform one time at Precinct. She was performing an Ariana Grande song, girl, and I could just tell by her mouth movement she did not know the words.
Do you think it's a language barrier?
It is, and that's why I feel
okay, if that's what it is, I'm sorry, but you have to nail the lip syncing. I'm sorry, you have to.
What do you think of Farrah and Valentina's Kylie and Kendall?
Well, Farrah, for a person who knows everything about the Kardashians, that is a Kardashian stan, right? She sucked. And the thing about it is, it's like
exactly like the Kardashians.
Well, they do suck, you know. They suck a lot. Farrah showed that she isn't the greatest performer out of the bunch, you know what I mean? Which I did say last week. If you guys could go back, I said that last week that Farrah Moan is not that great of a performer. And it was definitely shown on this channel.
It's Kylie Jenner.
Well.
So she hit the nail on the head.
Some could say, you know what I mean? She's kind of very ditzy about it, but I do agree. It wasn't her strongest.
Yeah.
With Valentina and with Farrah Moan, the roles that were given to them, it was spot on, perfect. Right. Did both of them deliver, execute it? Nah, no, not really.
You're not talking about my girl Valentina.
Right? I felt like Valentina could have done better, girl.
Yeah,
she was gorgeous as Kendall, but she could have done better.
She was gorgeous, but I didn't get a lot of Kardashian from really any of them. And I get it's hard. They're such iconic people. There's so much in the media. We know everything about their lives. So it's kind of hard to embody something that's that well known.
Right.
But I didn't get Kardashian from pretty much any of them. Obviously Alexis did good. Peppermint. I thought the Lindsay Lohan, Britney, those three were a little bit more funny with those characters than any of the actual Kardashians were. That's just my opinion.
Surprisingly, Eureka as Northwest, given her circumstances, that she was on crutches and everything. Hey, she delivered and did it to the best of her ability. I was not mad at it.
It was cute.
Yeah, it was nice. It was charming.
Is it weird? I can just imagine Northwest growing up to look like that, though.
That's wrong for you to say.
I don't care.
I think the Kardashian legal team will be contacting us soon for that.
I thought Eureka did it okay. I mean, I would have rather her just been Goo Goo Gaga. Northwest isn't speaking right now. Like, so how can we really know his
Wasn't she supposed to be Northwest
in the future?
I'm kidding. I was gonna say, I think he's kidding. Someone had to be the negative review. No, I thought she did okay. I loved her look. And, for what, she had to deal with, she pulled it. She definitely.
What happened to her leg again?
It was
the
when
splits
she did that.
in the cheerleading challenge. Now she's gonna break her knee. She's shaking the damn room.
You don't see me. No, but it was because she did the splits during that cheerleading challenge. I'm surprised she kind of held on a little bit even more because she didn't have crutches last episode.
These have been pretty physical challenges. We said that with the cheerleading challenge that it was pretty physical, and even this one, the whole musical, everyone's choreography. These are fairly elaborate challenges, and they're physical on the girls. So doing it in heels and not every day for days on end, it can wear your body down too.
I wonder how Charlie Hides feel about it, because remember she said she broke her rib.
The difference between Charlie Hides and Eureka is that Charlie Hides gave up and Eureka continued to go. I'm sorry.
And she would have kept going.
That's true.
Yes. How do we feel about their looks on the runway?
Faux
fur, yes.
Oh, well, let's talk about Alexis Michelle. Coming out in a bag lady outfit. It looked like she was in budget squirrel fur. It was horrible. Alexis had the worst look of the week. That's my opinion.
No,
it was horrible.
I'm right there with you. I agree.
Awful. Nothing was good.
Damn.
No, I mean, I'm going to have to agree. Like, she just didn't bring it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, when I saw the other girls and it's like sparkly and big and she just came out with a JCPenney little dress and I'm just like, you just missed the mark. I thought you brought in the challenge, but this runway look, you cost your price right there. You would have won that fucking gift card, girl, but
it was karma, if you ask me.
Carmelita?
Carmelita was nipping Alexis Michelle in the butt because she knew what she was doing when she casted everybody for those things, and she ended up.
It is a competition.
You delivered a really rough outfit on the runway, so
it was nice to see Katya on the runway again in her Russian. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Sasha Velour. But she did good in her little Russian-inspired fur. I liked Shea Coulee killed it. I thought her look was
Oh
amazing.
my gosh, yes, she slayed.
That was awesome. The
Yes.
colors, it had an aesthetic to it.
Nina as well. Nina, I like.
sorry,
I like
Mary
Mary
J.
J.
Blige.
Yeah, I loved it.
More pain.
Yeah.
No more pain.
Yes! Yes! You better give me these vocals, Ham.
I was here for it. I was just waiting for her to do that little shuffle.
Right.
But yeah, and she gave me hips, and I'll take them.
Cynthia's outfit ate up her body. Like you didn't see.
Yeah,
you
it was
didn't see
just
anything.
Not ill-fitting. It didn't quite work for her.
Okay, the one time she covers her cuckoo. Now y'all just said she gave too much cuckoo,
And then
now
the one
she's
time-
giving you less cuckoo.
Wow.
You're not cuckoo about it.
Definitely not cuckoo about it, girl.
Not in a big long striped like sock outfit. That wasn't the cutest.
Same.
Yeah, it
I
just wasn't-
agree.
it
I'm
wasn't
acting like
a-
I was for it.
I know. You know.
Yeah, and I completely agree with her being at the bottom because of that. She didn't do well in the main challenge,
Right.
and then the outfit wasn't too hot.
Right.
So you feel like she should be in the bottom? Should have been in the bottom for sure.
Well, she is in the bottom.
Because of
Yeah.
her ass, or just because of what her look?
I feel she is a bottom because of her ass.
Oh,
She better be a bottom because
She's
of
a
that
fat
ass.
ass top.
Girl, they exist. They exist.
Bye,
Bye. She's
No, bye, please. The judges overall got it right with the bottom three being Farrah, Nina, and Cucu.
Yes.
Yeah.
You think that was pretty
Yes.
accurate?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think some of the ones that did good in the challenge had bad looks and vice versa. Like there were a few that their looks I feel like were better. Like I did like Nina BoNina's look, but maybe the challenge she didn't do quite as well.
But I didn't think her in the challenge was terrible.
No, it wasn't
She
terrible.
just had this
Yeah.
like thing where you could just tell she wasn't.
Comfortable.
She
Yeah.
wasn't comfortable, and she
In her
was
head.
like, "Whatever, let me just do this damn role, even
Yeah.
though I really don't want to do it." It was written on her face. And I think that's where
she
made
did
it.
give a good lip sync.
She
I
did,
felt like
yeah.
she
I
still
did.
did
It was
good.
Right, yeah.
And she was hitting that choreography, bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, she
She
was.
was.
She's so fucking talented. I love her. I love her.
Yes, but
Yeah.
back to her look. Her look was everything.
Epic.
Her look was
Epic.
good. The worst look on the runway, hands down, was Alexis Michelle. Let's
For
be
sure.
real. Like
Yeah.
she, looked like exactly what you said, girl. She looked like she picked it from a Forever 21 bin.
No, she looked
She
exactly.
looked like she was from New Jersey.
Yeah,
From the
She
Jersey
scraped up
Housewives.
some roadkill, put it on her JCPenney dress, and called it a day. So.
I almost wanted to call Pete on her.
Oh.
Just to fucking get rid of that fucking dress. Like,
Right.
tell her,
Right.
that's real first she has on. Go get that bitch because
Just
it's
splash
a
her
no.
with fake blood. Just
No.
Some powder or paint splattered on it might help the look, so I don't know. Well, what do you think about her in Untucked? She had her little workroom drama saying that everyone should have come to her aid and called her out on her ugly ass.
Why would I come to your aid? It's a competition.
Right.
Not
Exactly.
only that, that was your choice. You brought that.
Yeah.
None of the
Why
queens
would
are
I trust
making
you?
you run your mouth and critique their
Well,
outfits,
yes.
girl. You're
Well,
the
that-
one that feels the need to do that.
Well, that was her excuse. Like, I tell all of you guys what to do. Well, maybe they don't want to hear it. Maybe just figure it out on your own and shut up. Maybe
your
that's what
your
they
advice
want.
is unsolicited, sweetie.
And,
It
and if
is.
you guys haven't noticed, Josh does not like Alexis.
I don't know what it was. This episode just really rubbed me wrong. Maybe, and I'm grumpy this morning. But this because I had her back a little bit until then. I didn't think she was quite as calculating. But this episode, I kind of saw a calculating, bratty, annoying part of her, and I didn't already like her drag, so now I just don't care.
Agreed.
I'm still Team Alexis. I do feel like there's still this motherly, caring person inside her. I feel like that's where she's coming from. Yeah, she got a little frustrated because she does feel like she's polished, and she does feel like she's probably a little more head
She's
than polished.
polished, yeah.
And you shouldn't come into that competition that feeling that way. You should come in knowing that there are things you need to work on, and this is something you need to work on. And sorry the girls weren't there to tell you what to do because that's your job. This is what you're bringing to the table. So you do gotta accept that and move on.
It's a competition, girl.
Yeah. Pheromone really bothered me with all that damn crying in Untucked. All that crying and complaining, I'm like, oh my god, you must be the most neediest boyfriend in the world. Can you imagine just being like dating her?
I didn't know why I minded her crying so much.
Really?
I actually thought came across as a little fake, but I think it was just for the comedic
You
relief.
think so?
Yeah, I didn't hate it. She trust me. What's her name? Alexis Michelle annoyed me way more than Pheromone.
Yeah.
Clearly, Pheromone's not the best performer and all that. She's definitely just a look queen, but I didn't get bothered so much by her crying.
When we went to see her Mickey's, I felt like she did perform well. But it was something that she chose, something that's her aesthetic, something that fits
She
for
feels
her.
comfortable.
So I wouldn't say that. And as far as her like being a crybaby, I felt like it made her more personable.
Yeah.
Like for me, I felt like there's like this almost fake persona when I first seen her.
Uh-huh.
But now I feel like she's like, oh, like she actually has a heart and she really cares and she was actually hurt that she felt like she was going to go against Cynthia because they are both from Austin, Texas.
Right.
They've worked together 4 years, so I felt like it made her more of like, oh, like I see your heart.
Yeah. And Cynthia gave her first start in the industry,
yeah,
which is really nice,
which is
Cynthia.
sweet. Yeah,
and that's why Cynthia also was very hurt that she knew that she was going to be lip syncing against Farrah.
Right.
I did like how Nina was like had her back toward the whole thing.
All the drama.
All the drama. She was like.
Bye.
She was shading Alexis. That's why she's like, oh, this bitch been running her mouth all season long so far.
She's going to take the rest of the show like
First of all, the fans are going to love this. The fans are going to love this. There goes that.
It's turning.
Nobody likes a hunched bottom girl. Punch that back bitch.
I agree. But I thought that was funny, and she's just like out of it in her own element. And some would probably see it a little bit as rude, but sometimes you do have to take yourself out of it and just be like, I need a moment.
I was Team Nina the whole damn time. I'm sorry. And I'm not even just saying that because we know her personally. I feel like the way that Nina handled that situation, I would have handled it the best. Especially
in the workroom.
In the workroom and during Untucked, the way that Alexis was like, well, why didn't you all tell me? And Nina was just like, get out of here.
I don't have time for this. I gotta go prepare my lip sync. Right. Shut up. You're not in the bottom.
Exactly.
And when didn't Farrah even say something like, I gotta go do my lip sync. I don't have time for this. She's
like,
I'm
not stop her.
Like, no.
Alexis, this competition does not revolve around you, sweetie. It does not. Yeah. It revolves around Valentina.
Overall, the top looks were Shea, Coulee, Peppermint. They really liked because they said she was such a strong Britney, so she was in the top. And Alexis, because she was such a good Chris, she was in the top, even though her runway was horrible. And then Shea, who did amazing in both the challenge and the look. So she was kind of the obvious winner, I think.
I'm so happy that Peppermint finally stepped it up. Because for a while, Peppermint was disappointing me so freaking much. And she actually did a great job. And, she didn't win the challenge. Shea Coulee won, which I'm also excited about because I love Shea Coulee. Not more than Nina. I love Nina more.
Oh, you gotta put that in there because she will come for you.
Well, she brought it this episode. Yeah. I mean, she's been bringing it. We're seeing more of Shea, and I'm just like starting to love Shea. And I'm like, top 3 material for sure.
Right, for sure.
And I did like her look on the runway, and I did like her character, and I got to see kind of how like she lip syncs. I'm like, you are a fucking performer.
Yeah.
And I've seen clips from last night because she was at pre-scene, and bitch killed it. Everyone was loving it. So I see you, Shea.
I see you, Shea. Untucked, when she went up to Nina, when Nina was crying and things, and they had that sister moment of just two dark-skinned black women. Two dark-skinned black people talking and actually like saying like, look, I get you, I understand, you need to snap out of it and you're great, you're awesome. Like that really touched me. I was like, you know what? That was just the visual of that was just so beautiful. So I love that.
Of course, because we all know Nina's had some issues, with fellow drags in Atlanta. So it was good to see two sisters come together and be like, hey girl, like I know you experienced your shit, but just know that we're not here battling you. We're here for you, we're your sisters. You need to do the best for yourself, and you will see what you can really do once you're not in your head.
You know what Nina was ranting about though, about how she didn't feel like that sisterhood and love from, in the Atlanta scene, girl. She's not the first queen or first person that I've ever heard say that about the Atlanta scene before. I've heard that
I've heard that too.
Yeah. Like
even just gay community, I've heard.
Yeah, and then what's her name? That some bitch it came for Nina BoNina. She was on Drag Race before. What is her name? I don't even know.
Nicole Paige Brooks from
my god.
Some basic ass bitch. Didn't you go home first on your season, bitch?
It was second.
Looking like a meth addict prostitute, girl. I can't with her. She did. How dare you come for Nina? You're a hating ass bitch, and I don't blame Nina for feeling the way that she does, especially if from your hometown, if you're not getting that kind of love or support. Right. Like I'm sure the majority of these other queens, their hometowns are back at home in their bars, and they're like, yes, team, team whoever.
Yeah, I know we are.
I don't. And even when we met Nina was like, you don't understand, like, y'all been showing me a lot of love here on the West Coast when I came out here, and I was afraid because of the way that the Atlanta scene had treated me, and I'm like, girl, like,
we love you.
We love you over here. The West Coast loves us some Nina BoNina, girl.
Yeah. Contrary to popular belief, we are really nice here in the West Coast.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like Josh said, fortunately, Atlanta might have that rap or whatever, but it's actually the community that tears each other down. And I feel like it's something we all need to work on. But at the same time, if you're getting torn down, there's something to be said about you being able to still focus on what you're there for and to look for it. I know it's hard at times, but at the same time, this is what RuPaul's Drag Race is. This is a competition that you can't imagine what you're gonna go
Right.
through.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you gotta put your hat on, put your wig on.
There you go.
And if there's a hat attached to a wig, that's fine too.
There better be a wig underneath the hat and another wig underneath the wig.
That's right.
So no surprise, the bottom two ended up being Farrah Moan and Cynthia Lee Fontaine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And Farrah fucking Moan, you're lucky.
You are lucky as hell, girl, because Coulee would have sent your ass home.
Well, do you know, I had written in my notes, like halfway through the lip sync, I had written, bye Farrah. That's what I had written before. I really had looked at it written. I was like, bye Farrah. That's what I had written in there because I was like, there's no way. You know, she is gorgeous. I think her looks are good. She is beautifully aesthetic, but you have to bring so much more than that, especially when you're with seasoned queens like Cynthia or any of these queens.
Trinity, Eureka.
Exactly.
Me.
Right.
I'm not trying to play devil's advocate because this is how I do feel. I actually thought Farrah would have won that lip sync. For me personally.
Oh, he's blind.
No, for me, a lip sync does include a good lip sync. That's what I'm looking for. And that's
Okay,
what
I get what you're
Farrah
saying.
brought.
You're saying Cynthia was not good at
At all.
lips.
Yeah, and it's a little frustrating to look at.
That's
And
fair.
it's actually hard to look at for me. And I get it, there's a language barrier, but that is part of the competition.
Mm-hmm.
And Farrah Moan was only going to give you this and this and this. But I feel like it was enough for the song that was playing. It didn't cause for a lot of this and a death drop.
You're right.
It was more about a lip sync and, being sensual. And I just felt like she brought it over Cynthia.
So Ru should have sent them both home.
Maybe.
When she took a break, okay, that was a big dramatic. I was like, is she gonna send them both home?
I thought
I didn't think they were as bad as the first lip sync with James Mansfield and
Kimora.
Yeah, they weren't as bad as that, but it's still, I'm like, maybe we're just so used to seeing some of these queens just bring it in a lip sync, so we have really high expectations.
Well, none of the best lip syncers have really had the opportunity. They haven't been in the bottom. The only one that has was Aja.
And Trinity.
Aja and Trinity slayed her lip sync too. I think if Valentina ever ends up in the bottom, I think she's going to slay her lip sync.
I don't know. That'll be interesting to see because can Valentina
lip sync
do it? Yeah. Well, she's very good at the soft and the glamour, the drum. Yeah, but if it comes to a high energy song or something like that, can she pull it out? We'll see. Definitely.
We shall see.
Ru did have to take a break, and she came back and she revealed something that shocked everybody. The bar was silent when she came back with this reveal. Eureka.
She sent Eureka home because Eureka's knee situation.
I guess so. Did they just get a last minute call or something from the doctor they didn't know before the whole show?
You saw the producer.
It was weird. It was a little bit weird, but it was a big surprise. Like that sucks. Like how bad would you feel if you were Eureka or any of the girls really? Because nobody wants to get taken out.
I don't know. She gets double the camera time. I don't feel that bad for her because she's coming back next season.
That's true.
Well, I did cry a lot when that happened.
You did?
Oh my god, I felt so bad for Eureka. I feel like there's nothing worse. Like, can you imagine this? She got into this competition, she hurt her leg, and for them to tell you have to, even though they said you're welcome to come back on season 10, just like feeling like you're on a roll and you're pushing through, and then for them to tell you that you can't keep going because of this condition.
Something you can't really help.
Oh my gosh, my heart broke for Eureka big time, and I grew like a newfound respect for her. The way that she exited too was so sweet. The one thing that I did love was the way that the other queens got all really emotional because they're all in it together at the end of the day.
It was definitely a hard one. I cried myself. That's no new tea. I'm a softie. But it was just like how she exited. I felt like it was graceful. Bitch, I would leave graceful too if I knew I was coming back.
Yeah.
Get all the love from the girls.
Yeah.
That's important for her because I felt like she did feel like she wasn't sure where she stood because she felt like she told a bad joke. So there was that reassurance like, girl, we're here for you, we love you, we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. It's nice that she got to clear the air with them in the room and kind of, even with her and Trinity kind of came together, her and Sasha, her and the other people she had a little beef with, she kind of put it beforehand. Maybe it was just precognition, knowing something was in the air, but at least she got to clear the air. And I've liked Eureka since the beginning, and I think she's a super talented queen. And if it wasn't for this, I definitely think she would have been in the top 3. So
absolutely.
I'm definitely gonna miss Eureka, but I look forward to seeing her next season. She might be competing against you, Brian. You turned in your audition tape, right, for season 10?
Maybe. That was a great episode, you guys.
It was a great episode.
It had everything. It had drama, it had thrill, it had bad lip syncing. It had broken legs, people dying. It was
Ugly fur.
Ugly fur.
Yes.
And Kardashians.
And Kardashians.
Really rolled into one. And next week, guys, Snatch Game.
Is it
Next week is
oh my
Snatch
God,
Game.
yes.
I didn't watch
I didn't know that. Well, I will be bringing my Snatch Game. I'm not going to tell y'all who it is.
Oh my God, we should go as characters next week.
Yes.
We don't have stuff like that.
I always thought I kind of resemble like a
The
mix
Michelin Man?
between Rihanna and Beyonce.
Mhm.
I don't know.
I think since Jeb has
No,
the
no, no,
shoulders
no,
for it, since she has the shoulders for it,
I
she's
don't
gonna
think
do
so.
Alexis.
Maybe we should all come as one of them next
I'm
week.
ready to Tina Turner, dude.
Oh my God, no, girl. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Outspoken. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let us know what you think about Eureka being sent home because of her knee.
Yeah.
Tell us who you think should have been sent home. And yeah, just put it down in the comment section, guys. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.